Hi everyone, myself Pratik. Today I welcome you all for a new investment option called NPS. It's one of my favorite investment instrument. So in this video I'll be covering about what is NPS, how does the NPS work, and the type of accounts in NPS, and the flexibility in investment in NPS, and withdrawal and historical returns what the NPS has given, and comparison of savings investment schemes. So what is NPS? NPS is a national pension system. It is a long-term wealth creation investment instrument for retirement. So it is offered by a government. So before, the government was giving a pension for after retirement. After that, government has cancelled it. To address the concern after retirement, the government has come up with a saving schemes called NPS. It's a national pension system which is regulated, and authority will be there, which is called PFRDA, Pension Fund Regulatory Development Authority. It is a regulatory which is been there to make sure that this corpus is invested properly. How does the NPS work? It is a market linked pension scheme where which will going to make a regular contribution till retirement. The fund which is been invested, it is actively and regularly monitored by a fund manager who has been appointed by a PFRDA. So the market linked scheme which gives higher returns, as we have seen in the history. Types of account in NPS. First one is a tier 1 account and another is tier 2 account. So this is a table. As you can see, I'm going to explain it through the table easily. So is it mandatory to invest in NPS? In tier 1 account is yes, in tier 2 account is no. So who can invest in NPS account? So all Indian citizens and NRIs can invest in tier 1 account. In tier 2 account, only the people those who have tier 1 account, they can only invest in tier 2 account. And what is the lock-in period? So in tier 1 account till maturity means till retirement, it is locked. In tier 2 account, it is not locked. You can withdraw whenever you need it. The minimum amount which is required to invest in tier 1 account is 1000 rupees per year, and in tier 2 account 250 rupees. So the minimum investment done in a year is 1 in tier 1 account and 1 in tier 2 account. So what's the tax benefit you will going to get? You will going to get 1.5 lakh rupees as a tax benefit under the section 80 CCD 1, and additional tax benefit you will going to get under the section 80 CCD 1B, and you will get a tax benefit on the 10% of the basic DA, which is contribution by an employer under 80 CCD 2, and in tier 2 account it is fully taxable. So is it liquidate? So yes, in tier 1 it is not liquidate. You cannot withdraw whenever it is required. In tier 2 account you can withdraw whenever it is required. It is liquid. Flexibility in investment in NPS. So the option has given to an NPS investor by a PFRDA. So based on the asset class, one is equity investment, and second one is corporate bonds, third one is government bonds, and alternate investments like a real estate investment trustees, infrastructure investment trustees. After based on this asset class, there is a two option for you. One is an auto choice and another one is an active choice. In auto choice, what happens is that the fund manager will be chosen automatically, and also the amount which you have to allocate is automatically allocated based on your age. So in active choice, what happens is that you can have an option to select what amount should be allocated to different assets. When it comes to an equity, the maximum allocation is up to 75%. So after 50 years, what happens is that every year the equity investment risk is reduced. Allocation is 2.5% in the reduced basis till 60 years. Though, and in an alternative investment, 5% is allowed to invest in alternative investment. This is all about flexibility in investment. So withdrawal in NPS. So after you getting a 60 years after retirement, so you will be allowed to withdraw 60% of the corpus in NPS, and 40% is a mandatory to invest in annuity, which you have chosen to get a regular income after retirement. So there is a note, important point, if you haven't taken a VRS, voluntary retirement. So in that premature, it is called a premature exit. So after taking a VRS, you are allowed to premature withdrawal of 20%, and 80% should be mandatorily allocated to annuity fund to generate a regular interval of returns. So is there any partial withdrawal in this? Yes, there is a partial withdrawal. Only 3 times you can withdraw in the entire NPS tenure. So 3 times there is a reason also, should be genuine reason. First one is it should be a child marriage, higher education, constructing an house or something, or is there any emergency health situation. In that cases only you can able to withdraw. Other than that, there is no option called a withdrawal in NPS. So it is very important to note that withdrawing an amount in NPS will gonna impact the returns in the retirement at 60 years age. So historical returns in NPS. So it is very important to know that the historical returns, how the returns has been generated by NPS. So there is a top 5 investment pension schemes which is there, which is giving a returns of 20% in last years, and in 3 years average almost it has given a 9.5%, and almost in 5 years it has given a 16.7% return, which most of the mutual fund itself not given this much of the returns in past years. So as you can see how the NPS is given a best returns so that your retirement is secured. So NPS has a very good investment instruments which is presently there. So please look at on this. So next I will be talking about comparison of saving schemes with respect to NPS. So here you can see these are the saving schemes. As you can see, what is FD is giving a rate of interest at 6.5%, and NCS is 6.8, and PPF is 7.10. But as you can see, this is an NPS which standing out of all the saving schemes, giving a return of 16.7. It is the highest return. So this what we can tell other than this. So by wrapping up the all story, summarizing this, the NPS stood aside with respect to all the savings investment instruments which we have covered in the past. So as of now, this is the best investment instruments which is there in safest. So thank you all. Bye bye. Please watch my video for the safest investment instruments. In next I will be talking about NSE and further videos. Thank you all. Bye bye.